This video is sponsored by Elgato Gaming. If you guys want to see how we record our gameplay and all the other equipment that we use, then you can click the link in the description box down below to check out more. Yo, what's going on guys? HyperX here. Welcome back to another video for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, and today I want to talk about a fun topic, and that is the exciting potential of the Steam Deck as a means to play both Monster Hunter Rise PC, but also Sunbreak, and by extension, also World and Iceborne. I mean, when you put it that way, it's going to be the only portable device that will allow you to play both Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter World, which is kind of cool. Is the Steam Deck going to be any good? I mean, the controls do look a little bit funky, that layout is definitely different, and until it releases and I can test it out, I won't know for sure. But it is something I'm excited about, I have one pre-ordered, so today I just want to talk about the potential. So if you guys do enjoy this, then a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below and let me know what you guys think of the Steam Deck from what you've seen so far. And of course, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already so you don't miss our future videos. But first things first, as a quick recap, in the event that you haven't been following it too much, then as mentioned, Steam Deck is Valve's entry into the handheld gaming space. Valve, the company behind Steam and the PC gaming giant, is now aiming to give players a way to play their entire, or most of their Steam library on the go. I say most of because just the other day they put out a video that spoke about Steam Deck Verified, which is in essence a way for developers to detail how well their games will run on Steam Deck. Some games they said might not function as well with portable controls, so they'll indicate those accordingly, but since Monster Hunter is a portable game, I imagine there'll be no issues at all. There are three different versions, a 64GB one, a 256GB one, and a 512GB one. The mid-range model has NVMe storage, meanwhile the top spec model also carries NVMe for the faster load times, but it also has an anti-glare display, which of course would be pretty handy when playing out and about when trying to hunt those monsters. The console itself has all the usual buttons you'd expect on the front, whilst also having some additional triggers on the back, and a couple of rather interesting touchpads too. I'll be honest, form factor wise this thing, like I said in the intro, looks a little bit weird, but it's probably one of those things that it's a little hard to fathom until you actually hold it and test it. But specs wise, as you might expect, this thing is essentially a small portable PC. The Steam Deck runs on an AMD APU, and it's one that we're actually yet to see anywhere else. The chip is built around two key AMD architectures, Zen 2 and RDNA 2. The Zen 2 architecture is the same one found in the AMD Ryzen 3000 processors, and within the Steam Deck you have 4 Zen 2 cores capable of 8 threads ready for basically all your portable gaming needs. The RDNA 2 architecture is also behind the handheld's graphical output, with 8 complete units, CUs, for a total of 512 cores, and while that's not a massive amount, the Xbox Series S comes with 20 CUs, it is, however, more than enough to get 720p output without too much hassle, which is what Valve are focusing on. So while we'll only be getting 720 on the go, that is typically, when you think about it, you think about the size of the screen, that's normally more than enough for handheld gaming, typically. And of course, that is where it'll be nice for Rise and Sunbreak. I mentioned in a video recently that I like how smooth Monster Hunter Rise runs on PC, and how I'm kind of conflicted to whether I want to make the jump. I mean, I don't particularly want to have to grind again, but thinking ahead to the simultaneous release for Sunbreak, it might well be worth it. So I might just kind of chip away at it slowly and make it something that I do over time. I do, however, love portable gaming. I'd go as far as to say it's probably my favourite way to play games, so knowing now that if I do switch to PC, I'll still have a viable way to play on the go is honestly really exciting. Additionally, Capcom recently said that moving forward, they want to prioritise PC releases and simultaneous releases. So if we think about the inevitable next Monster Hunter game that will no doubt follow after Sunbreak, because again, Monster Hunter is Capcom's biggest selling IP, it would be stupid not to continue to make Monster Hunter games, so it's fair to say there's probably something coming, and that is a title I would highly expect to release on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X alongside PC. So with that being said, if you don't have a Steam Deck, that'll also be another viable option to play that game in the future on the go, unless of course it's so incredibly beefy that the Steam Deck can't handle it, but I would like to think there's some kind of future-proofing in place to maybe account for that, because it would be a bit rubbish if they just release Steam Deck and then the games come out in a couple of years' time and they're like, well, you're going to need a new one. I mean, that is how PCs work, so that is entirely possible. I'm just hoping they did some thinking about this one. But in short, what I'm effectively saying is the Steam Deck could potentially become a great system for playing Monster Hunter on in the future, as well as right now. That is, of course, unless the device comes out and it overheats and falls to pieces. I guess we'll find out next year. But for anyone that is considering picking it up, of course in the short term, it means you have a place to both portably play Monster Hunter World, Iceborne, Rise, and Sunbreak, as well as, I guess, if you had a means to go back and emulate other games. Not entirely sure yet whether emulation is viable on Steam Deck. I mean, given that it is basically a miniature PC, I'm sure someone will make it happen, in which case then I'm sure people will get things like Portable Third running and other games like that. That'll be fantastic. So effectively, this could become a great Monster Hunter system. I'm excited for it. I'm going to check it out. Once it releases, I'm going to be testing it out, and you know full well the first game I am boosting up on my Steam Deck is going to be Monster Hunter. So once it does come out, I believe my release date is next year. They've kind of got staggered release dates. I put down my pre-order and I think I'm getting one in Q1 next year, so I'll have to kind of wait and see. Once it does arrive, I will do some videos, I'll let you guys know what it's like, and I can tell you if it's any good. Anyway, that's it for the time being. Just a little kind of a opinion piece today. I just wanted to kind of talk about it because it was something we were thinking about the other day, chatting about as a team, so I thought we'd talk about it on the channel. Anyway, let me know what you guys think, and keep it locked for plenty more. If you want to catch more from us at HyperX Gaming, don't forget you can catch the guys TwoSixNine and Paradise Central streaming over on Twitch weekdays, playing a variety of games. If you guys want to jump in, tune in, watch, and even join in, then make sure you check them out. The links to those are in the description box down below, and of course you can join the Discord to get involved in all of the discussions.